I think the two biggest things are Bitcoin and everything that's happening on the layers on Bitcoin, and understanding that Bitcoin is not a technology; it's a protocol. So when you understand it as a protocol that's bounded by energy, you have to think in energy and Bitcoin and how it's a protocol and how protocols come in layers. If you get that, which is complicated to get because most people don't think in protocols; they think in technologies or companies. So that would be a big area of learning. And then you can see opportunities as these Nostr, Bitcoin, Fediment, other things come in together to create all different things on top of this protocol that you can't even imagine from your current bias. So that's one major area of learning and learning, discovery, and opportunity, because all of the world's wealth is going to move here, right? And the other big one is artificial intelligence, and your job won't get replaced by AI tomorrow. You'll get replaced by somebody who knows AI tomorrow. And then that job will get replaced by AI. So there's a wave coming that you better learn this, and those two forces are actually, because the productivity gained by AI should be forcing prices down faster. That is the thing that's driving the brake faster to the existing system that has to consolidate all of your time and energy to save you from the thing that should be freeing you. And so those two major trends today are things that you need to understand and how they integrate together and what that looks like. And there's lots, by the way, there's tons of opportunity in these areas too.
You've talked about Nostr. Obviously, you spend your time there, and not Twitter. So you've talked about this, and people go back and look at other interviews. We've talked about it, but do you still see that as a like kind of the example or almost the standard in a way? I don't know if that's the right way to say it necessarily, but do you just see 5-10 years from now the communication just being on these protocols and like these decentralized, like Twitter, it probably won't be around in 10 years. I mean, is it going to be that rapid of a change?
So the answer is yes, but it won't look like it. So if you went on to Nostr today, well, if you went on a year ago or just after Jack Dorsey tweeted it, I wanted to look at it and say, and then I was, wow, this is already something. So I was on, I think, December 6th or something a year and a half ago. And if you see the growth in that ecosystem and all the different technologies kind of creating, like at the protocol layer, that are all interoperable together with Bitcoin and all interoperable together, that now new entrepreneurs are building on top of it to extend that. That ecosystem is growing at an crazy rate. Users, not quite yet. So a lot of the users, because the network effect, just like the US dollar network effect on Twitter, people stay because everybody else is there, right? Until you have kind of 10 times more of the value. And then they start to move, and then it unwinds. And so that 10 times more value could come in a number of, like, how do you describe value? That value could come in somebody that's deplatformed on Twitter. They might find Nostr 10 times more value because they always have their user, and they could just go to all the clients compete with it for them, and they can't be shut out. So for a small portion of the population that knows this, there's already 10 times the value. And then as the entrepreneurs are building onto this and developers are building onto this, it's creating more value pockets all over the place that are going to bring on waves and waves of more people. And it's going to disrupt the centralized services categorically because they cannot compete the value. Open protocols can innovate crazy fast. Not everything works, right? But because of the interoperability, the new entrepreneur, just as it'd be a tiny little piece of code on top of this to create something totally different and unique that offers 10 times more value to way more people. And as more people start to understand how fast this is happening, more people will race in, providing it more value, right? They'll be leaving the other things that they ascribe value to while they're doing it, which is a new network effect being born out of the new technology. We're just early in there, but why I'm spending the time there is the same reason I'm spending the time on Bitcoin. That's where all the future value is.
what are you reading right now? Is it, it could be personal development stuff. Like, what is it that, makes you you?
If you want the answer to that question right there and you like that spicy clip, check it out here. Come on, we'll see you in there. But if you want the full interview in its entirety, all the spicy clips put together, and you're not going to want to miss it, believe me, then check that out here. Come on, we'll see you in there. Do it.